Okay, folks, I'm Anthony with Signature Roofing. Today we are at a home on Randolph Lane in Sicklerville, New Jersey, where we had done the roof replacement in the summer of 23, I believe. So we are back today to change out a gable vent. So a couple things to keep in mind. You know, I was up at the crack of 5 a.m. today. It is now 25 minutes before 11. Intentionally delayed the start of this project because we promised that it would be done today, right? The homeowner originally reached out to us over last weekend, and we've been dealing with frigid temperatures, and then this week the meltdown started. So although temperatures are supposed to be warmer today, the house was built in 1990, which means that this siding is 36 years old. And the only way for us to do this correctly, right, is to pull, starting at the top, that top piece of siding. When we pull that top piece of siding, it will expose the nail lines as we work downward, right? And we'll stop once we pull the panel at the base here. And the reason that we need to pull those panels, right? For one, look at the condition of the sheathing there. So the first thing is we have to make sure that we still have a nailable surface, right? And a wall there. Because if water's been getting back there, rotting through that OSB, when we pull that siding down, it could essentially just start flaking apart. We wouldn't have a nailable surface to put siding back on, but we wouldn't also be able to mount the flashing of the gable vent. So for purposes of fitting in the flatbed of my truck, I just zipped down a full 7/16 sheet of OSB to have that ready. So we have two 4-foot by 4-foot pieces. I also have some lengths of 2x4. I have a little bit of trim coil there, you can see, in case we need any thin metal. And in the Milwaukee bag, I have the battery-operated, non-pneumatic coil roofing nail gun that has the specific siding attachment. Initially, as far as tools, we just need to be careful, right? We're going to be pulling nails. Why do we need to be careful? Well, at 10 o'clock today, the temperature was 28 degrees. It was supposed to go up to 36 by 11. I knew we weren't going to make that 8-degree rise within an hour. It's now 25 minutes before 11, and the temperature is 29. Okay, this is a vinyl product, right? And the plastic that's in it, over the years, it starts to deteriorate and it breaks down. And when it does, it becomes brittle. So if you're not careful, you can simply just break it apart, right? And then we can have a whole host of nightmares because essentially we can break this siding as we're taking it down and potentially find no wall back there, which means we would have to redo the sheathing with the OSB that we brought, and then we would have to go to a supplier to get some spare pieces, right, to replace the ones that crack when they come out. So we want to do our best not to do that, right? And it's a significant difference, even if it's 3 or 4 degrees above freezing temperatures. The difference between working with this stuff when it's 29 degrees versus 36 degrees is all the difference in the world. So we're going to start slow, and if we see any signs that the vinyl is too brittle to be worked on now, we're simply going to wait it out until it warms up a little. But to start, you just need, I have 2 sizes, right? Because sometimes this big one, when you down pull, it mashes into the siding, and I don't want to crack it, so I have a smaller one that I could be a little bit more ginger. I also have a square, because keep in mind, if we have sheathing there, right, you want to take a pencil and you want to mark the line at the top of the vinyl so that when you're putting it back, you can bring it right up to the pre-existing nail line so you know it'll look exactly like it did when you took it down. And the other thing is, as you're taking them down, you want to mark the underside of them, right? Obviously, the cap piece, you know where that goes. But the first piece on the right, you want to label 1R. The second piece, you want to label 2R, 3R. And the same thing here, 1L, 2L, 3L. So that as you're taking them down, you have them in the exact order that they can go back. When we pull that siding off, if we find the sheathing to be in good shape, then we simply need to swap out the gable vent, change the flashing, seal everything with tape, pop those vinyl pieces back in, and then it's a wrap. So I'm going to start to take these pieces down now, if the weather allows, and we will check back and give you a video once all of the vinyl is pulled down so we can show you the condition of the sheathing in the wall back there. Hang tight.